Hello everyone, welcome to my video. Today is the second lesson of course 3. As usual, today I will tell you some stories through some pictures. Do note that in the past, in the previous lessons, I always told a story, okay, for each picture, right? But today I want to make it different. I will make a long story which is related to all pictures in this lesson. Today we have 7 pictures. Okay, now listen to my story today. Okay, the story starts with the picture, and you can easily find that it is a pregnant woman, right? And of course, that was picture of me when I were about 10 years ago. Well, do you know that I got married in 2010 and I gave birth to my first son in 2011. You know, one of the most exciting time in a woman's life is when she is having a baby. Yes, in pregnancy, a woman's body goes through many changes. Yes, and a woman's gestation is about 9 months and 10 days, right? And a woman's body grows through many changes, especially the weight, right? And some women gain a little weight, and others gain much weight, especially even up to 30 kilos higher than before. Yes, there is a lot, right? Moreover, fatigue and vomit are symptoms experienced by many women. And we also our lips, our nose, and cheeks are bloated. Yes, bloated, and our skin turns brown. In general, a pregnant woman looks uglier than before. But I think all these annoyances are not much in comparison with of the happy feeling of a tiny life growing in your life, right? When before having a baby, of course, I am also confused. I am anxious. I also asked some previous people's experience and advices. Yes, for example, I asked them about how to get an easy delivery and how did it hurt in labor. And I also wondered about how I could bear the pain, yes, and how my baby was born healthy or not, etc. And then that day came. On that day, my husband still had to go to work, so my father took me to the hospital by taxi. And after finishing the documentation procedure to hospitalize, my father went home and my husband replaced him. I remember that I was hospitalized in the hospital at 6 a.m. But I didn't give the birth until 9 p.m. Yes, I experienced the all kinds of feeling of giving birth at the first time. Anxious, worried, sore, self-pity, cold, and happy. Yes, that was an unforgettable memory. Luckily, I gave birth a healthy son, yes, with 3.8 kilos in weight. Yes, and this is my son. He was named Kian. Okay, now he is 10 years old. He is so handsome. healthy, and obedient. He is characterized by being very smiling, talkative, soulful, and sentimental. Now I want to tell you more about the process of giving birth to him and his growth. Okay, when I was pregnant, the doctor said that the due date was on December 24th, so it fell on Christmas Day, right? But I gave birth 12 days earlier than estimated. Yes, than estimated. And he was born on December 12th, 2011. He was 3.8 kilos in weight and 5.1 centimeters in length. And on that day, I gave birth at 9 p.m. So some hours after giving birth, I was moved to another room. But you know that the hospital was always overloaded by a large number of patients from the metropolis and the southern provinces. So there was no any beds left. So I had to contend with a shakedown in the corridor in the hospital. You know that there were a lot of people passing through in the corridor. There was no noisy, right? So poor my baby, he couldn't sleep well. Luckily, a new mom was discharged next morning, so could I could to change a better bed next morning. After 3 days in hospital, we were discharged, discharged, and so I we went to my parents' home. Yes, and do you know that he was breastfed for first 6 months? And do you know that breastfeeding is the best choice for babies? And he could walk when he was 12 months, and he could talk when he was 15 months. Yes. Okay, now move on to the next picture and continue listening to my story. Yes, and you know that when we were at the hospital, of course the nurses bathed bathed him, right? Bathed him. But when we went home, do you know the person who bathed him? The first person bathed him is was his dad. Yes, yes. My husband is very skillful. You know that any child likes water, right? So taking bath is the great time for playing and relaxation. When bathing him, we often put some toys in his bathtub. For example, dogs, balls, or cars or boats, right? And we often splashed water him, washed, splashed him water, and he laughed a lot. And then growing up, he could bath. He could having a shower himself. And you know that now he is 10, and he can have a shower every day himself every day, and he will be in fifth grade next month. You know that Ho Chi Minh City is in social distancing days, but however, it is unknown how long will this will last, right? So the city's education department is planning to carry out the online learning program. So I think school starts again next month, in the middle of next month, September. Yes. So do you know that the now he is growing up and he can help me do housework. He often help me, for example, helps me, for example, do the laundry, okay, fold the clothes, hang out the clothes, feed the dog, or take it for a walk. And this wash dishes, okay. And of course, he always make a glass of milk every day. And do you know that he it usually takes him about 30 minutes to having a shower. Why? Because he always both shower and plays, showers and plays. He often blows sharp bubbles while showering. Yes. Okay, by the way, I want to tell you a true story that just happened yesterday. Yes, on August 26th. Well, do you know that Ho Chi Minh City uh, have has imposed social distancing measures? So my nephew and my niece are staying at my home, and my husband isn't at home because he has been required to stay at his company for safety. And yesterday, my niece and my son played together, and they toyed with the uh, water faucet in the bathroom. Unluckily, the water faucet was broken, and the water flashed and ran over the floor of the bathroom. Okay, I couldn't how to know. I couldn't how to do because if I couldn't repair it, my house would be flooded. Yes, or if I cut water, we didn't have any water to use. I have never fixed any tap before. Any tap before. Of course, I couldn't call any plumber to come to fix it because we are in the social distancing days, right? So I wonder how I could fix it, and I decided to call my husband via Zalo, right? Of course, he guided me. You know that it was difficult to fix it, and but I always kept telling myself everything was okay, or try my best, I could do it. Yes. And do you know that finally I fixed it, I did it. Yes. Sorry. So now I could here to make a video for you. And do you know and I think that was an unforgettable memory in these days, in social distancing days. Okay, now next move to the next picture, and keep listening to my story. Okay, do you know that on his first birthday, we had we had a big party, birthday party, and we invited our closest relatives. And of course, candy, cakes, sweets, and candles. Okay, candles, flowers are essential things in any birthday party, right? Look at the picture. You can see that he yeah, you can see him making a wish, and then bending towards candles and blowing them out. Now I will tell you another true story that happened several years ago. Okay, on his 8th birthday, he wanted us to hold the birthday party at home. He wanted to invite some of his closest classmates, including some of his girlfriends. Okay, of course, a few days before the birthday, he sent the birthday invitation cards to his friends, and of course, I carefully wrote down my phone number on each card, and I also didn't forget to um, to drill a map showing the way to our home. Yes, uh, that day came. The party was held at 9, yeah, at 9 from 6 p.m. All his boyfriends attended except his girlfriends. I didn't know why, but later I thought that maybe his girlfriend's parents didn't want to send didn't want to their daughters come to another person's house without them at night. Yes, in addition to sending birthday invitation cards, I better would call his girlfriend's parents before the party, so that they could be assured to let their daughter to come to the party. Okay, that's the end of my story today.